Hello dear children, you all are welcome in today's English class. Today we will study lesson 7 Glimpses of India part 2 Coorg from class 10th English textbook First Flight. Students, this descriptive lesson is written by Lokesh Abrol. Lokesh Abrol is a renowned doctor by profession. He established the first multi-speciality hospital in the sector of Gurgaon. He is also a social worker. He established the first stray cow shelter in Gurgaon. He is a popular internal medicine specialist in civil lines. And at the same time, he is also a renowned writer. And here in this lesson, he has vividly described the place Coorg in Karnataka. So now let's begin with the story. So this is the introduction of the lesson. This lesson presents a picturesque view of the smallest district of Karnataka and its people who are the martial men. The place has a wonderful weather throughout the year with enough rain during the monsoon season. Lush green hills and evergreen forests are inviting here. The people here are known to be one of the bravest. Coffee and spices are in abundance here. This place is surrounded by beautiful Brahmagiri hills where a large variety of animals inhabits peacefully. So the introduction itself tells us that really this lesson is going to be an amazing visit to, though it is a virtual visit, but it will be amazing to know about the place in a very vast way, in a very descriptive way. Here the text begins. Midway between Mysore and the coastal town of Mangalore sits a piece of heaven that must have drifted from the kingdom of God. So the writer here opens the description of this lesson by telling us the location of Coorg. And what does he tell us here? That this place, that is a piece of heaven. Coorg, according to the writer, is a piece of heaven. And he says that this place has been drifted from the kingdom of God. Means it had been carried gently along by the air from the kingdom of God. And this place is located midway between Mysore and the coastal town of Mangalore. You can see in this map, this is Coorg, the smallest district of Karnataka, and it is situated between Mysore and Mangalore. This is Mysore district and this is Mangalore, and in between these two districts lies the smallest district of Karnataka known as Coorg. This land of rolling hills is inhabited by a proud race of martial men, beautiful women and wild creatures. So further, the narrator tells us that this land means Coorg is the land of rolling hills. Rolling hills means the hills that are low in height, and there is a series of such hills. So here in Coorg you can find a series of low hills which are called the rolling hills. Okay, so writer tells us that this land is the land of rolling hills, and here lives, inhabit means live. So here lives a proud race of martial men, the men who are the great warriors and who are experts of martial art. So here lives this proud race of martial men and beautiful women. The women of Coorg are really very beautiful, and you can also find a large variety of wild creatures in this area, Coorg. Coorg or Kodagu, the smallest district of Karnataka, is home to evergreen rainforests, spices and coffee plantations. Now further, the writer informs us here that Coorg is also known as Kodagu. The other name for Coorg is Kodagu, and this is the smallest district of Karnataka. Okay, Further, he tells us that this place, Coorg, is the home to the evergreen rainforests. What are the evergreen rainforests? You must have heard this word in your social studies. These are the rainforests where you can find the evergreen trees in abundance, which do not shed, which always remain green. So here you can easily find the evergreen rainforests. You can also find spices and coffee plantations in abundance here. Okay, at this place, Coorg. The season of joy commences from September and continues till March. The weather is perfect with some showers thrown in for good measure. Now further it is described here that the season of joy means the pleasant weather here in Coorg starts, commences means it starts from September and it continues till the end of March, means these months from September till March are the perfect months to visit this place Coorg, and here you can enjoy the pleasant weather perfectly. The weather is perfect means it is perfect to visit the place, and during this time, during this period from September till March, you can find the little showers, little rain that is in addition and that adds the beauty to the place. Evergreen rainforests cover 30% of this district. During the monsoons, it pours enough to keep many visitors away. Now further, the narrator tells us here that the evergreen rainforests that are situated in this place, they cover 30% of the place of this district Coorg. And during the monsoon season, because it rains heavily at this place, so because of that heavy rainfall, the visitors do not like to visit this place. The air breathes of invigorating coffee. Coffee estates and colonial bungalows stand tucked under the tree canopies in prime locations. Invigorating means making one feel strong, healthy and full of energy. Tucked means inserted, and prime locations, prime corners means important places or main areas of this place, Coorg. So here the writer tells us that in Coorg there is so much coffee plantation that you can easily breathe out the fragrance of coffee in the air. Further, he tells us that here you can easily find the coffee estates and the colonial bungalows. What are these colonial bungalows? Bungalows that were constructed for the British officials during their rule over India. So those bungalows are still located in, they are still there in the Coorg, and those colonial bungalows are still standing there under the tree canopies in the prime locations, in the important places of Coorg, and they are located under the tree canopies. Tree canopies means the large shade of the trees, the umbrella like structure of the trees, and under those umbrella like structures stand the colonial bungalows at the prime locations of Coorg, and you can also find the coffee estates there in great amount. The fiercely independent people of Coorg are possibly of Greek or Arabic descent. As one story goes, a part of Alexander's army moved south along the coast and settled here when return became impractical. So here the writer tells us that the he tells us about the origin of the Coorgian people. What does he tell us? That here the people are extremely independent. Fiercely means extremely. So here the people are extremely independent, and maybe they belong to the Greek or Arabic descent or Arabic origin or ancestry. He assumes this on the basis of two stories that are prevalent in Kurgian culture, in Kurgian society. So on the basis of these stories, he can say that either the Kurgian people are from Greek origin or from the Arabic origin. So the first story goes like this. As one story goes, a part of Alexander's army moved south along the coast and settled here when return became impractical. So the very first story tells that when the Alexander the Great, who was the ruler of Greece, when he invaded India here. This is India. So when he invaded India, after the invasion, when his army was returning back to Greece, that return became very difficult for the soldiers. So what did they do? They started to settle along this coastal line of the southern part of our country, India, and they started to live here. These people married amongst the locals and their culture is apparent in the martial traditions, marriage and religious rites which are distinct from Hindu mainstream. So after getting settled along the coastal line of India, these people from Alexander's army, they started to getting married with the local people, and their culture means the culture of the Greek soldiers. It is very much clear, very much apparent in the martial traditions, in the marriages, even in the religious rites. Their culture, their Greek culture is very much apparent here. And this culture is quite different, distinct means different from the Hindu ideas. Mainstream means ideas or attitudes. So these traditions, martial traditions, marriages and religious rites which are performed there in Kurg, these things are distinct, different from the Hindu mainstream, Hindu main ideas. The theory of Arab origin draws support from the long black coat with an embroidered waist belt worn by the Kudavus, known as kupia. It resembles the kufia worn by Arabs and Kurds. So now, according to the second theory that tells that the Korean people are of Arab origin, this story is supported by the idea that the Kudavus means the people of Kurg, they wear the long black coat with the embroidered waist belt, and this dress is known as kupia. So this kupia is quite similar, it resembles to the dress of Arabian people. The Arabs, they wear this kufia, this long dress. So these two are quite similar, and on the basis of this dressing sense of Kurdian people, it is told that they are the descendants of the Arabs. Kurgi homes have a tradition of hospitality, and they are more than willing to recount numerous tales of valor related to their sons and fathers. Now further, these Kurgian people who live in Kurg, they have a great tradition of welcoming people with great warmth. They welcome the visitors with great hospitality, and they are very much interested to tell, recount means tell, to tell the large number of stories, tales means stories, stories of courage and fearlessness that are related to their sons and their fathers. The Kurgi regiment is one of the most decorated in Indian Army, and first chief of Indian Army General Cariappa was a Kurgi. Now further it is told that Kurg regiment is one of the most decorated in the Indian Army. In the Indian Army there is a separate regiment that is devoted to the Kurgians, and in that regiment only the Kurgi people are the soldiers. So that Kurg regiment is the most decorated, means
most of the soldiers are awarded in that regiment because of their stories of valor and courage, because they are very courageous, they are very fearless. So because of that they achieve great medals and awards, and that's why they are the most decorated people in the Indian Army. And the first chief of Indian Army, Major General Cariappa, he was also a Kurdi, and you can see in the picture, this is the image of General Cariappa, and he is also a Kurdi, and he was the first chief of Indian Army.
Even now, Kodavus are the only people in India permitted to carry firearms without a license. So, because of their courage and because of their sincerity and honesty, these Kurgian people, these Kodavus, they are the only people in our country, India, who are having the permission of carrying the weapons. Firearms means weapons without license. They do not need any license to keep the weapons with them because they are very trustworthy and they are very honest, and because of it, they are allowed to carry the weapons with them without any license. The river Kaveri obtains its water from the hills and forests of Coorg. Mahashir, a large freshwater fish, abound in these waters. So here this river Kaveri, it originates from the Brahmagiri hills and it obtains means gets, it obtains its water from the hills and forests of Coorg. And in this river Kaveri, there is a fish named Mahashir, that is a large freshwater fish. It is found in large quantity, in great amount in the river water of Kaveri. Kingfishers dive for their catch while squirrels and langurs drop partially eaten fruit for the mischief of enjoying the splash and the ripple effect in clear water. So here in the clear water of Kaveri river, you can find the kingfishers, birds, diving for their catch, for the fish. And the langurs and squirrels, these animals, what do they do? They drop the partially eaten fruits that are half eaten. So they drop those half eaten fruits in the clear water of Kaveri to enjoy the splash and the ripple effect. What is this ripple effect? You can see in this picture, when something is dropped in some liquid, somewhat maybe some water or something else, when something is dropped, so the waves are created in the circular motion. This is called the ripple effect. And splash is a sound that is created when something is dropped in a liquid. So these animals, squirrels and langurs, what do? To make mischief and to enjoy that mischief, they drop the half-eaten fruits in the clear water of river Kaveri. Elephants enjoy being bathed and scrubbed in the river by their mahouts. So here in the Kaveri river, you can see the elephants, they enjoy taking bath with the help of their mahouts. Mahouts are their caretakers. So these elephants, they get a nice bath with the help of their mahouts and they enjoy lying down in the river water. The most laid-back individuals become converts to the life of high-energy adventure with river rafting, canoeing, rappelling, rock climbing, and mountain biking. Numerous walking trails in this region are a favorite with trekkers. So here the narrator tells us that if a relaxed person visits this place of Coorg, he is also transformed. Convert means transform. He is also transformed into a highly energetic person, and he starts taking participation in the high energy adventures such as river rafting, canoeing, rappelling, rock climbing, and mountain biking. You can see the images. This is the image of river rafting. People are enjoying it.
This is the canoeing with the help of a narrow boat. People are rowing, and here a person is doing rappelling. He is coming down with the help of a rope through a waterfall. And here people are doing mountain rock climbing, and the other here are enjoying the mountain biking. So these are all the adventurous activities that take place in Kurgan Hills, and people visit and enjoy here in a great amount. People also enjoy trekking, walking on feet through the different walking trails of this area. Birds, bees, and butterflies are there to give you company. Macaques, Malabar squirrels, langurs, and slender loris keep a watchful eye from the tree canopies. So when you visit the Kurgan forest, the Nilgiri hills, you can also enjoy the company of birds, bees, and butterflies. These birds and insects are found in great quantity there, and they give you company when you move ahead in the Kurgan forests. Further, you can also have the company of macaques, Malabar squirrels, langurs, and slender loris. This is slender loris, this is macaque, and this is Malabar squirrel, and this is langur. So you can also enjoy the company of these animals when you surf around the Korean forest. These animals watch you interestingly and surprisingly sitting on the tree canopies, on the dance trees, and they enjoy your visiting the place. I do, however, prefer to step aside for wild elephants. Here, the narrator tells us that if I find the wild elephants coming towards my way, what do I prefer? I prefer to step aside. I do not want to come in between their walking way. So I give the way to them to move ahead, and in this way, I save myself from those wild elephants. The climb to the Brahmagiri hills brings you into a panoramic view of the entire misty landscape of Coorg. So here in these lines, the narrator tells us that when you climb the Brahmagiri hills, it gives you the wide, panoramic means wide, large, a large view of the complete misty landscape of Coorg, and you can enjoy this view in a great amount. A walk across the rope bridge leads to the 64-acre island of Nisargdham. Now students, what is this Nisargdham? It is an island that has been developed by the Karnataka state for the tourists, and there you can reach with the help of a rope bridge. This rope bridge leads you to the 64 acres island of Nisargdham, and there you can enjoy the natural scenery along with the structures made by the government for the visitors. Running into Buddhist monks from India's largest Tibetan settlement at nearby Bailakuppe is a bonus. So further, if you visit Bailakuppe, that is located nearby Nisargdham, and it is the India's largest Tibetan settlement, you will enjoy the company of Buddhist monks at this place. The monks in red, ochre, and yellow robes are amongst the many surprises that wait to be discovered by visitors searching for the heart and soul of India right here in Coorg. So when the visitors they come to in Coorg, they feel surprised when they discover the large number of monks in the red, orange, ochre means orange, and yellow long dresses. Further, they can also discover the essence of India. Heart and soul means the essence. So they can also discover the essence of India here in the Coorg. So here at the end, the writer Lokesh Abrol presents the fact file
for those people who are interested to reach Coorg. What does he tell us? Madikeri, the district headquarters, is the only gateway to Coorg. The misty hills, lush forests, and coffee plantations will cast a spell on you. Find a resort, coffee estate, or stay in a home for a truly Coorgi experience. So, what does he tell us? That Madikeri, that is the district headquarters, is the only place and it is the gateway to reach Coorg. And when you reach Coorg, you will be completely lost in the magic that will be created by the misty hills. Misty hills means the hills that are covered with mists. So you will be lost in those misty hills, in the lush green forests and the coffee plantations that are there in Coorg. Further, the narrator tells us that if you are staying in Coorg, you must try to find out some resort or some coffee estate, or you should search for a home to live in when you are staying in Coorg, and in this way you will truly enjoy the Coorgi experience there. Now next he suggests us the ways, different ways through which we can reach Coorg. And first of all, he talks about the airways. The nearest airports by Mangalore are Mangalore 135 kilometers and Bangalore 260 kilometers. There are flights to Mangalore from Mumbai and to Bangalore from Ahmedabad, Chennai, Delhi, Goa, Hyderabad, Kochi, Kolkata, Mumbai and Pune. So either you can reach Mangalore or Bangalore through different places by air, by flights, and from there, from Bangalore and Mangalore, you can reach Coorg. And then the writer talks about the railways. The nearest rail heads are at Mysore, Mangalore and Hassan. And from here, you can reach to Coorg. Then finally, he talks about the roadways. By road, how can we reach Coorg? There are two routes to Coorg from Bangalore. Both are almost the same distance, around 250 to 260 kilometers. The route via Mysore is the most frequented one. The other route is via Nilkamal, Kunigal or Chinnaraipatna. And through these places, you can reach Coorg and enjoy the true India there, the heart and soul of our country. So now students, we have reached to the end of this lesson. I hope you have understood it well. If you have any doubts, you can put in the comment box. Your doubts will be solved there. Very soon, I will meet you with some other interesting video. All of you, take care of yourself. Thank you.